All right, so welcome to 1.7. We're just going to make the division that we started yesterday a little harder. So let's try these. All right, 3,600 divided by 10. Well, when you're dividing by 10, you take away a 0, and so this must be 360. All right, let's divide 3,600 by 12. Let's try that, though. So 12 doesn't go into 3, but it goes into 36 3 times. 3 times 12 is 36, remainder 0. So just like I showed that one into 0 times, I have to show that goes into 0 times. And I have to bring down another 0 and show that goes in 0 times. And so this is 300, right? 10 went into 3,600 360 times, right? 12 goes into it a little less. It goes in 300 times. Right, so let's try 12,000, that's 1,224, sorry. Try that one. This is a problem that many students mess up. So there's something tricky about this. See if you can get it right. Well, 3 doesn't go into 1, but it goes into 12, right? One time. So I'm going to put a 1 there. I'll put the 0 there just to show that. 1 times 12 is 12, remainder 0. Bring down the 2. 12 goes into 2 how many times? 0. You need a 0 there. You skip over that, get the problem wrong. We're going to go over that today. Bring down the 4. 12 into 24, 2. There's no need for that 0. And so this answer is 102. Okay? When something goes in 0 times, you need to show it. And neatness counts here. Do we have to show if a number divides in 0 times? Yes. You skip over it when it's in the front, but when it's in the middle of the number, no, you don't skip over it. Or if it's at the end, you don't skip over it. So we're going to do 1,119 divided by 11. Yeah, when this number out here is 2 digits, as in 10 or more, that's when this happens a lot. Okay, so let's try that. So 11 doesn't go into 1, but it goes into 11 one time. Remainder 0. Bring down a 1. 11 goes into 1 0 times. Oops, I just messed up on writing this problem. Well, I don't know what I was thinking there, but bring down a 9. 11 goes into 19, all right, one time, and I didn't mean for this to have a remainder, but this is 101 with a remainder of 8, because it doesn't go in nicely. We haven't done our 11s, but there is a trick for 11s. Oh, let's go over that since I messed up here. Right, the 11 times table, right, you all know hopefully goes 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. What happens next? All right, it goes to 110. Well, that's weird. That doesn't seem to fit the pattern. Then it goes to 121, then 132, right, then 143, then, right, we keep adding 11, and 154. There was a pattern there, but the nice pattern stops at 99. Turns out that they tend to be symmetrical on the two ends. Once you get big enough, you'll see that. All right, you can try some big numbers and multiply them by 11 and look at them. They have a pattern to them, but it's not a great pattern. 4,200 divided by 20. All right, so 4,200 divided by 20. Oh, so I want to make sure that this is not divisible by 11. Not divisible by 11. All right, so 20 doesn't go into 4, but it goes into 42 twice. You put that right there, and you get 40. Remainder 2, bring down a 0. 20 goes into 20 once, all right? Remainder 0. Bring this 0 down and show that it goes in 0 times. The answer is not 21, it's 210. All right, so it turns out you know the 15 times table already if you can read an old-fashioned clock. It's not that old-fashioned to me, but let's just go over that, right? When the big hand on a clock is over here, how many minutes is that? Well, that's 15 times 1, 15 minutes. When the big hand goes straight down, how many minutes is that? Well, that's 15 times 2, or 30 minutes. When the big hand is over here, that's 15 times 3, or 45 minutes. And obviously, all the way around for an hour is 15 times 4, which is 60. So if you knew that already, you already know the beginning of your 15 times table. So what's 45 divided by 15? Well, I just said it. It's 3. 3 times 15 is 45. 60 divided by 15 is 4. Okay, so please take these notes. This is a big deal. Okay. So this first problem is 0 divided by 5. I don't want to write that. That's 0 divided by 5. And this next one next to it is divided by 5. And this is this problem, 5 divided by 0. Okay, 5 divided by 0. So this is 5 divided by 0. And the answer to one of these is 0, but the answer to the other one is that it has no answer. So let's go over this because you may have never heard this before, but this is very important. It's actually a standard. So let's think about trying to fit 5 into nothing, right? Right? If you say you want to fit 5 into nothing, how many times will it fit there? Well, it won't fit, right? And so we say it goes in 0 times, and 0 times 5 is 0. You get a 0 remainder, and so 0 divided by 5 is 0. Okay. Now, this is 5 divided by 0. Now let's think about dividing, what that means. Say you have a 5-gallon bucket, and you're trying to put nothing in there, right? 5, we're going to put 0 into 5, right? Right? 5 didn't fit into nothing, but 0 goes into 5. You can put 0 in here, and you can keep putting 0 in here forever. So you might think that the answer to this is infinity, which is an 8 on its side. That's a horrible infinity symbol. That would be a good guess, but it's not the answer. And it turns out and 0 doesn't fit in there 0 times because it can go in there forever, not 0 times, right? It's smaller than 5, right? But it can go in forever. And so we don't give an answer. We say that this has no answer, all right? That makes any sense. But the math term for no answer today and always is this word undefined, right? A definition is what you find in the dictionary, so that's a defined. But this is not defined, right? The prefix un is not. And it means it has no definition. So let's look at the bottom ones. So we talked about you can write division as fractions. This is the same as the top. This equals 0, right? If you've worked with fractions, 0/5 is 0, right? If you have 0 out of 5, it's 0, right? 0 divided by 5 is 0. But you are never in math allowed to have a 0 in the denominator, never. This will always be undefined. It's the same as this one up above it, okay? It's undefined. So here's the shortcut. No 0 on the bottom, no 0 out there ever. Whenever you see that, the answer is that there isn't an answer, and the word you write is undefined. All right, so we're at the practice. Let's practice this. Apparently that's on the 15 times table. Let's see. 15 doesn't go into 4, but it goes into 45. We learned 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. It goes in exactly. Bring down the 6. 15 goes into 6 0 times. So you have to bring down the 0. Oh, we know 15 goes into 60 4 times. Right? 4 times 5 is 20. And yes, so 4,560 divided by 15 is 304. 8,424, let's see that, divided by 12. Well, 12 doesn't go into 8, but it goes into 84 7 times. And that 7 goes right above the 4, not anywhere else. 7 times 12 is 84. Yes, you're supposed to have memorized that. And bring down a 2. 12 doesn't go into 2. You need another 0 here. That's why these are here today, because if I put them in the previous lesson, I get a lot of mistakes on the homework. So we have to show that goes in 0 times, bring down the 4, 12 goes into 24 twice, and 8,424 divided by 12 is 702. All right, let's try the, ooh, is that divisible by 25? Yeah, it ends in a 25. So 7,625 divided by 25. 25 goes into 76 three times, right? Because 3/4 is 75 cents. I need you to know your 25 times table. So remainder 1, bring down to 2. 3 into 12, 0 times. And then we bring down the 5. 25 goes into 125 5 times, right? 5/4 makes $1.25. And we can just double check that. 5 times 25 makes that. And so the answer here was 305. All right. So 14 divided by 0. 14 divided by 0. This is also 14 divided by 0. This is 0 divided by 14, and so is this. So both of these are equal to 0. Both of these are what? What's the word? Because you can't have 0 there, can't have 0 there. These two are undefined.